Polestar 3, it's actually a really good vehicle from what I've heard. I haven't actually tested one. I've tried to test one. It hasn't quite worked out yet. But in the US, they're offering some big discounts. In fact, 18,000 US dollars. There's also some discounts in Australia, I've heard, on demo models, and you can go to dealerships and work something out. But here are the details on the US discount. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. Pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking November offer, $18,000 discount, which is pretty massive. This car starts at $67,500 for the long range single motor, which has a lot of range. I believe it's got about 700 kilometers of WLTP range. So that's what, 450 miles. Anyway, that's the long range single motor. Now, the price for the long range dual motor is $79,400. However, you're getting a discount off MSRP of 25%. So here's the quote. Nationally, the 2025 Polestar 3 features an $18,000 lease incentive. Customers who lease a 2025 Polestar 3 through Polestar Financial Services will receive the brand's $18,000 clean vehicle non-cash incentive. If you buy a 2025 Polestar 3 with cash or through standard financing, you get a $10,000 Polestar clean vehicle incentive. In other words, you get a $10,000 discount. If you buy it, if you lease it, an $18,000 discount. Polestar 3 EVs currently offer 0% finance for 72 months on purchases, plus a $7,500 financing bonus. So it seems like the only way to buy this car is to finance it or lease it if you want to get the best deal. This is the lowest rate we've seen since the vehicle's launch and is now among the best 0% financing deals on an SUV, says Cars Direct. Great price for this vehicle. Amazing price, actually. If you're a Costco member, you can get an additional $1,000 off the Polestar 3. So just become a Costco member and then you can get an extra discount of $1,000 US. What are you getting for your money? Well, you're getting a massive battery for one. You're getting a good car as well. Obviously, very, very, very good looking car. Actually, I think it's one of the best looking cars in its segment. It's got a 111 kilowatt hour battery. So EPA range is 350 miles. EPA range is obviously the realistic range. You're probably going to get more than your EPA range. You quite often do. The performance spec, Polestar 3 gets 380 kilowatt and 517 horsepower. You can do 0 to 100 in around 4 seconds. 0 to 60 miles an hour in around 4 seconds. Bit less range though. They say 275 to 315 miles of range depending on wheels and trim. So in other words, if you get the massive wheels, there's 22-inch rims you can get for this, you're going to get 275 miles of range. If you stick with the standard rims, you're going to get 315 miles of range. The company's CEO, a German auto industry stalwart, Michael Loschala, told Bloomberg, for Germany, somebody outside of Germany endorsing right-wing political parties is a big thing. You want to know what I think about it? I think it's totally unacceptable. He's referring to Elon Musk and Tesla, of course. Totally unacceptable, he said. You just don't do that. This is pure arrogance, and these things will not work. So that's quite strong words from him. He's hoping enough people will identify with what he's saying and buy a Polestar. Resync Solar is the company that I used. I'll put a link to them in the description below. So guys, I don't know about you, but I'm a fan of the Polestar 3. I think it looks really good. I think the price right now in the US is quite compelling. And that's what it really comes down to. But remember, this is a car that has a lot of options, a lot of option packs. I find it confusing, all the options there are for this car. Option pack upon pack upon pack. So you've got to just remember when you buy this car, make sure it comes with the options you want and don't get kind of, walk into a dealership and they go, well, this model here, this has this option, this option, this option, and it's got 22-inch wheels. Trust us, they look great. Get the model with 22-inch wheels. It'll be awesome. It'll be fantastic. They convince you to get that. You pay more and you get a car with less range and a much worse ride quality because of those big wheels. So my advice, if you're going to get this car, work out which model you want to get before you go to a dealership and work out what specs you want as standard. Thanks for watching. The new Polestar 5. This is Polestar's ultimate luxury halo car. It is a rival to the Porsche Taycan, the BMW i7, And well, anything really expensive. In Australia, it starts at about $175,000. In other markets, it's also similarly expensive. In fact, in Europe, it costs 120,000 euros. So it's even more expensive in Europe than what it is in Australia. Is it worth the money? Is it actually as good as, well, Polestar is saying it is? Well, here are the full details. Here's everything I know so far. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. There's 7,500. I'm pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. The Polestar four-door model, four-door liftback, you could call it, starts at 120,000 euros in Europe. It's 143,000 euros for the performance version. And the performance version has 650 kilowatts, which is 872 horsepower. Will do 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. Now, this car, Polestar really hope this is going to work because on the September the 3rd, Polestar reported a wider loss for the second quarter after US tariffs and pretty strong price pressure led to an impairment charge of $740 million on its flagship model, the Polestar 3. Now, despite those troubles, a bright spot for Polestar has actually been its sales in Europe, where sales were up more than nearly 70% after 7 months of 2025. Because of that success, Polestar is saying Europe is a key market for its full electric luxury sedans. And interestingly, in the luxury sedan segment, 41% of all sales in Europe are fully electric. So, Polestar might be onto a winner here, but the question is, are people willing to pay some pretty high prices? And there's a lot of options. A lot of things are not standard, which I think maybe should be standard.